Hello and welcome to my presentation about Singapore. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so going to the basic. National language is Malay, but the official languages are Malay, Mandarin, Tamil, and of course English, which this presentation is about. The capital city is Singapore, and here we have President Taraman Shanmugaratnam. Here his name is in Malay. They have a population of 5,917,600 people. It's a very rich country. They are famous for Formula One, which you can see here in the bottom left. And it is a very small country. We will get into that a bit later. But you see, here it is on the map. It is located in Asia, in the Oceania here. Beneath here is China. Yes, okay. Fun facts about Singapore. It is actually illegal to chew gum. You will get a fine for chewing gum, but you can chew gum if you get a license from a doctor or something. The longest commercial flight in the world is between JFK Airport in America and Singapore Shanghai Changi Airport, and it takes 19 hours. Famous Atlanta rapper Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely made a song about it called Singapore. It was about the flight. And there is a law against not flushing the public toilet after using it. Bottom left picture here, you can see a man getting arrested after leaving the toilet seat up and not flushing. Not okay, not okay. Yeah, okay. Comparison to Sweden. Yeah, area. Singapore has 719 square kilometers, but Sweden has 447,000 square kilometers. So you can see here to the bottom right. In the bottom right, you can see Singapore, which is this small thing here, and Sweden is the big red here. And I mean, Singapore is very small compared to Sweden, and the population is about half. So they have like more inhabitants per kilometer squared. You see, Sweden has 23 people per square kilometer, but Singapore has 7,800. Singapore has a very tropical and humid climate, but Sweden has a very varied climate. In Sweden, it can go between below minus 20 to plus 30 degrees, but in Singapore, it's like always like a tropical and humid. It's very warm. Singapore has jungle, and Sweden has trees, lakes, and mountains. So it's very different. And now, the interesting stuff. Why is English the official language? Uh, the the island wasn't really inhabited by many people. In 1819, the British people, as you can see up here, top right, they came and set up a trading post. So because it was a big spot where the ships could go through, and they made this flag here, top right, top right. In 1942 to 1945, in the Second World War, the Japanese occupied Singapore because it was a what's it called? A strategic spot for the war. But after the war, the Brits came back and took it back. And in 1965, it gained independence, and they took this flag here. Yes, and now we go into colonialism. Colonialism is when a country gains political control of another country. Here in the map, in the top right, you can see France in the blue and Britain in red. And this map is from 1920. I have France and Britain here because they had the biggest colonies. And as you can see, Britain has had the biggest. They made colonies so they can trade spices and luxury goods and take stuff from poor people and made themselves very rich. Doing this, they spread the language and culture in all colonies. Uh, they only spoke their own language and spread their own culture. So you see, in all these areas here, they speak language, or language is a language. It is a language they speak in all these regions. And in the blue regions, they speak French often. Uh, yeah, but also they suppressed the culture that was there. So it's very bad. So they exploited the people and also slave traded. From America, here from Africa, they did the slave trading. That was all for me. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.